Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening and welcome to GBN Television News for Friday, November 5th, 2021. Coming up in the news this evening, Inga O'Neill, the daughter of Grenadian parents, wins key judicial appointment in the United States. Political leader of the National Democratic Congress sets eyes on 18 to 24 age group to tackle Grenada's unemployment crisis. Trade union leader tells government to recognize healthcare workers with permanent employment status. Jaden Stanislas begins four-day session at International Brain Bee World Championships. Coming up in Around the Globe, 56-year-old found dead with bruises on his body at his home in St. Lucia. Internationally, South Africa's ANC suffers the worst election result ever. Coming up in sports, Grenada kicks off its qualifying campaign for the 2022 CONCACAF Men's Under-20 with a resounding win on Friday. We'll bring you the details of these and other stories right after this.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising medium, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
Thanks for joining us with the news in detail. I am Blossom Alexis Welsh. Grenadian citizen by descent Inga O'Neill has been appointed civil court judge in Kings County, Brooklyn, New York. Chrislina John spoke with Miss O'Neill on her latest accomplishment.
Anything that you want in life does not always come easily. And, you know, to all the people who may be listening, and especially the young boys and girls who are listening out there in the Caribbean, you know, I didn't imagine when I was growing up that this is where I would be. But I think it's important to remember and to know that you can make a difference in your life and in your community wherever you are.
Miss Inga O'Neill was born in Antigua but raised in Grenada by both her parents, who are Grenadians. She attended the St. Joseph's Convent, St. George, and the Grenada National College before migrating to the United States. Being the first lawyer in her family, O'Neill has been an attorney for the past 19 years. O'Neill won the primary election in New York back in June, having come up against two opponents. She went unopposed in the general elections and was officially elected judge of the Kings County Civil Court on Tuesday. In an exclusive with GBN, she speaks of her journey, which she says was not quite easy.
What gave me the courage to take the steps at this time, I didn't, you know, start off being a lawyer thinking that I would want to be a judge. It's something that developed over time while I was working in the court system, and I saw how I can make a difference in someone's life by just helping people get to a resolution in their case, whether it was through trials that I was assisting the judge with, or whether it was through helping them get to a settlement in their case. So once I started working in the courts and I realized how I can make an impact in someone's life by being a judge, that sparked the interest in me to that this is something that I would want to do.
The newly appointed judge speaks of challenges she encountered as she advanced in her career. She says what kept her grounded is the values her Grenadian parents taught her.
Being a woman, sometimes I'm sure women across the world face this, where sometimes there's what's called the imposter syndrome, where you are qualified to do the job, you have the skill set, but sometimes you doubt yourself, or you're made to feel that you have to work twice as hard to be able to have that respect from others. And of course, there's also sometimes racial issues that come into play. You know, one thing that I credit going to school and growing up in the Caribbean and the things that my parents taught me is to always believe in yourself.
As part of being a judge, O'Neill is also the vice president of Lions Club, Brooklyn, New York, and serves as a mentor in law. In charting the way forward, the newly appointed judge says her intent is to be of service to humanity.
The plan is to continue to serve people, because the most important thing about my job, working in the courts, and now as I move on to be a judge, it's all about service. Ensure that whatever reason someone comes into court, or for however they look, wherever they're from, whatever language they speak, that they're treated fairly, that they're listened to, that they come in and they know that they're going to be given a fair shake, and just to treat everyone fairly and with courtesy and respect. And that's my goal as a judge. And
O'Neill credited her maternal grandmother, Huldah McQuilkin, the matriarch of the family, for taking the bold step of migrating from Grenada to Brooklyn in the 1970s in search for more opportunities for herself and her family. Christina John, GBN News.
In more exciting news, Jaden Stanislaus has officially started his journey at the International Brain Bee World Championship. The 4-day session, which began on Friday, kicked off with an opening ceremony to welcome the 43 teenage students representing 31 nations and regions from 6 continents. We get the details from Gerard Joseph.
Grenada's Brain Bee champion, Jaden Stanislaus, got the opportunity to meet and interact with his fellow competitors, as well as the founder of the International Brain Bee World Championship. Following the opening ceremony was a mix and mingle event, a cultural video exchange created by each competitor, featuring each represented country, and concluded with a career panel. Dr. Norbert Mislinski, the founder of the International Brain Bee, had these words of wisdom for participants.
I encourage all of you to celebrate your accomplishment. Consider it the start of a great adventure. Be proud and prove to the world that you can make it a better place. Open your minds, open your hearts, open up to all you can be. Dream big, believe in people. Neuroscience is not only for scientists, but for all people.
He welcomed the students, noting the significance of their involvement.
The promise of neuroscience is real, and the future of neuroscience will be revolutionary. And young men and women, you are part of that revolution. Congratulations for winning your National Brain Bee Championship and for representing your families and schools and countries in this World Championship.
In a previous interview with Jaden, he told GBN he is ready for the competition.
Extremely excited because, representing your country on the international stage is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Not many individuals get that chance, so I look towards it as a privilege. I feel very confident. I have a lot of confidence and belief in myself that I can at least place in the top 5, I would say.
The 2020 and 2021 national champions will compete together, but there will be 2 sets of winners as the tournament was cancelled last year. The World Championship goes into full gear on Saturday with a team competition, live judging on Sunday, and an awards ceremony on Monday. I am Gerald Joseph for GBN News.
Good luck to you, Jaden. Rest assured you have the support of the entire Spice Isle. In other news, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, during a series of meetings in September, assured healthcare workers that they will be duly recognized and rewarded for their role in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Labour Senator Andre Lewis suggests that health workers' employment status be made permanent if they truly want to recognize their efforts. Cherry and Blackman Stephen reports.
Labour representative in the Senate, Andre Lewis, says one of the better ways government can recognize health workers for their hard work and sacrifice since the onset of the COVID-19 virus in Grenada is to make them permanent employees within the public service. In September, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell commended healthcare workers for their enormous sacrifices during a series of meetings with doctors and nurses at the country's hospitals. He assured them that government will examine what can be done to ensure they are appropriately recognized for their diligence and dedication in this dark hour. However, during Thursday's sitting of the Senate, Lewis said that despite the generous words from the government, to date, many frontline workers were not paid the 4% salary increase as promised by their employer, neither the retroactive payments in August and October, respectively.
A number of the nurses, the maids, the cooks at our healthcare facilities have not gotten the 4% increase, even those who got it in 2020. A number of them have not received any retroactive pay. And therefore, as they look forward to the legislature, as we sit here to extend the state of emergencies, as we sit here and we give praises to them, to the walls of Parliament, they are not seeing these recognitions in their paycheck and in their working conditions.
Senator Lewis said that he is aware that these are challenging times for leaders. However, he said that while some believe it's the worst time to lead a people, he sees it as an opportunity to showcase true leadership.
Because it also speaks to the aspect of confidence. Because when we speak and we encourage people to be vaccinated, and we encourage people to wear a mask, to sanitize and physical distance, but they do not get a sense that we are standing up for them in terms of a material way that you call bread and butter. If they get a sense that we are not interested in their well-being, sometimes it makes it difficult for them to follow us or to take our advice. Therefore, these things are important.
Senator Lewis made the statements during his contribution to the debate on Grenada's State of Emergency Extension Bill, which was passed in the Senate on Thursday and in the lower house on Tuesday. May 1st, 2022 will be the new date for the state of emergency for Grenada to end.
One of the better ways of recognizing the contribution is to ensure that they all receive, those who are not permanent be made permanent, because it impacts the delivery.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Grenada's training and education system needs to be transformed for any meaningful dent in unemployment to be made a reality. Quizzed on tackling unemployment, Deacon Mitchell, newly elected political leader of the National Democratic Congress, says the current system is not addressing the actual needs of society. Let's hear more in this report.
An emphasis on deployment and not employment for students in the 18 to 24 age group leaving school, taking into consideration their creativity, skill set, and ability to become entrepreneurs. Deacon Mitchell, noting the luscious vegetation, mountains, and spices left languishing, says there are opportunities to create employment.
For the host of young men and women who are unemployed, we can systematically employ them by systematically going about replanting our nutmegs, replanting our spices, replanting our cloves.
NDC's political leader impresses, creating sustainable jobs via the reversal in the scarcity of fruits and other produce, while adding value is still relevant.
So, as I said, twin with modern agriculture, irrigation, and a systematic approach to employment. And I'm saying systematic because you have to want to employ people. You have to want to engage them. You have to want to help them better themselves. Just on the agriculture front alone.
Mitchell says the possibilities are endless.
The question we have to ask is, do we want a society that we plan, set goals to and work towards achieving it? Or do we want a society where we just get up today and, well, whatever happens, happens? That is ultimately the test of what we have. Societies don't improve by chance. You don't become wealthy by chance. You don't get your 8 CXCs by chance. You are sent to school, you set goals, and you work towards them. I'm constantly at a loss as to why then, as a nation, we have allowed persons to govern us who do not tell us this is the goal for 2020.
He reiterates the importance of setting targets by each individual and nationally.
Or given what COVID-19 has taught us, we therefore need to ensure that our education system produces 150 nurses because we have a shortage of that, or 200 nurses because we have a shortage of that, and deliberately go about creating it. You can't govern a society by just getting up today and decide, well, I'll try something. You have to plan, you have to execute, you have to measure, and when you've gone wrong, you need to correct.
NDC's leader says a society that does not set goals will continue to blow in the wind and constantly be destined to live on the poverty line.
And we have the power. We, the citizens of Grenada, have that power. And so I repeat, take part in the political process. If you want to change the narrative of the political process, if you want to move it from being destructive and negative and in the gutter, take part. If that's not what you stand for, take part and change the narrative, change the culture, so that we could ultimately change our society.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
This is GBN Primetime News. Coming up, Police Commissioner commends subordinates on high crime solving rate. The details next.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain: you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Across Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always act when left. Save the time. We choose your wattage and we choose your time. When you use appliances, make sure you buy energy efficient every time. Spare your pocket, spare the earth. Always act when left. You come first. Spare your pocket, spare the earth. Always act when left. You come first.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Grenada, give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. Information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform. Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank. Republic Bank remains committed to providing all its valued customers with high quality and personalized service in a safe and comfortable environment. In order to maintain COVID-19 protocols while serving you, it has become necessary to arrange an appointment with your relationship officer or the customer service representative at your branch for the following products and services: loans, overdrafts, credit cards, new accounts to include savings, checking, certificate of deposit, and foreign currency, reactivation of dormant accounts, and private banking for existing customers only. You may also log on to our website, complete the application form for the service required, and submit via email to your specific branch. Requests for appointment can also be emailed to customerservice@republicgrenada.com or via private message on our Facebook page. For private banking service, kindly contact your specific branch via telephone. We look forward to welcoming you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Always be prepared to help someone in distress. That's the advice of two unsung heroes who received their medals of honor for their selfless act of humanity from Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin on Thursday. Chrislina John has this report.
Frederick Brathwaite of Lansapine St. George was on the carnage on the dreadful day a commuter bus submerged into the waters filled with passengers. His quick thinking led him to put what he viewed on television into practice, that of performing CPR on persons pulled from the water.
Usually when I usually watch television and I watch a lot of doctor show and people had, how the pump and thing, and TV I learn this thing. I never been to, I just learn it on TV and I just have to know what to pump the person or what to do. But you have to just take action, the instinct thing, and try your best to do the best you can to save people's lives. So this is what I did.
In a different scenario, 29-year-old Rion Barry saved the life of a 92-year-old woman from her burning house in Duquesne, St. Mark last month. Barry, who was asleep at the time of the incident, said he did what he had to and sees it as an act of kindness. Both men who were awarded the civilian medal says they are grateful.
I feel really happy about that. Really, really happy about that. I wasn't expecting anything, but I'm grateful to God for that.
Well, I feel greatly appreciated, and it was just an act of kindness. Never thought I would be receiving this today. It makes me really happy. My encouragement to the young people is that always be on the lookout for things like these, at least whenever you can.
Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin, in honoring those two men, recognizes that their action was not about being honored, but rather doing the right and honorable thing when the life of another is endangered.
Your actions remind me of a quote by Martin Luther King, and I quote, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" As you are aware, the protection of life and property is the essence of policing and a mantra of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Therefore, when ordinary citizens perform acts that contributes to saving lives, it earns our respect, appreciation, and admiration.
Christina John, GBN News.
Commendations to all the heroes, and as the saying goes, not all superheroes wear capes. In other news, is there a beacon of hope in which faith in Grenada's healthcare system will be rekindled among the people? Newly elected political leader of the NDC, Deacon Mitchell, believes it starts with willpower and true consideration from the powers that be that Grenadian citizens deserve proper healthcare. Here's Gerard Joseph with that story.
How could we be comfortable if the general perception is that the hospital is a morgue and that you're lucky if you come out? And accept that. How could we live with that?
Deacon Mitchell, NDC's political leader, says the process of change and transformation begins with a collective responsibility to demand and insist on better health care.
We cannot be sending people to the general hospital, the main hospital, the sole hospital, for a cut on the head or for a bus head.
Decentralizing the health system by upgrading all the medical centers into polyclinics, which operate 24 hours a day, is the suggestion from NDC's leader.
I think Chain had a song called "The Police Station Closed" a couple years ago. Well, health centers closed. We need to ensure that we put resources into the community. I grew up in P.T. Esperance. There was a doctor's house that the doctor lived in. And so you had access to a doctor, because the average person couldn't afford doctor bills. That was the doctor. We need to go back to community healthcare. And if we do that, and if we decentralize our community healthcare, and if our population is healthy, then the pressures that we are placing on our sole, perhaps historically outdated hospital would be lessened. That's one.
Noting the challenges that already exist, Mitchell says it also starts with encouraging Grenadians to be healthy, be active, exercise, and eat properly. Leveraging St. George's University to improve the lives of Grenadians is another option from NDC's political leader.
The former NDC administration was well on its way to having a teaching hospital. It has been shelved. It begs the question, why? Why would you do that? We have an opportunity to transform Grenada, in my view, with state-of-the-art healthcare that will feed immediately into things like our tourism industry, because we will be able to sell that as part of your tourist product, right? We have hundreds, if not thousands, of alumni who graduated from St. George's University. What do we do with that information? What do we do with that data? Even from a tourism point of view, we should be leveraging that. From a health perspective, we should be leveraging that so that they can come back and give back to the small island that they got their education from.
Mitchell finds it preposterous that healthcare is not given focus to the point of obsession, highlighting the simple solutions available.
The question is, why can't we build a state-of-the-art, equip, furnish, and train, and pay, because that is crucial, pay and reward our healthcare providers, practitioners, nurses, doctors, appropriately, given that you have $30 million leaving Grenada for healthcare.
Deacon reminds government that the average Grenadian cannot travel to another country to seek medical care. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
She is not just an opposition senator, but her proper title is now Dr. Tessa Alexander Sincere, having accomplished her academic feat. President of the Senate, Chester Humphrey, on Thursday drew attention to her latest accomplishment.
Happy, I think, is this chamber of the Senate. And no doubt happy would be her family, her friends, and her community, that she has been awarded a doctorate of higher education, or a PhD in higher education, from the renowned University of Liverpool in the UK.
Senator Humphrey highlighted the hard and consistent work of Dr. Alexander Sincere and his amazement in the capabilities of women who play multiple roles while pursuing higher learning.
You have pursued this title while also being employed, and while also being a mother, and while also being a wife. How you ladies are able to do it, as the saying goes, only God knows. But the fact is, you have completed an important part of your journey, and you are in the highest chamber in the land, making laws for the good governance and proper order of all of the people of the state of Grenada. And I really want to conjoin with all of the senators and on my own behalf to recognize and celebrate and salute your achievement. Well done.
Dr. Sincere is a public health administrator at St. George's University. She took the oath of office as a senator in July 2020, an opportunity given to serve by opposition leader Tobias Clement. Congratulations. Meanwhile, Police Commissioner Edwin Martin is pleading with Grenadians to implement self-control as the world prepares for the Christmas holidays and more free time due to an easing in curfew hours. Chrislina John has this story.
Police Commissioner Edwin Martin says Grenada's crime-solving rate stands at 78% as of last month.
This challenging period did not slow or alter our effectiveness in solving crimes, which currently stands at an unprecedented 78% solving rate as at the end of September. For those reasons, I want to thank our officers for this service and encourage them to remain focused.
Commissioner Martin warns as we head into the Christmas holidays that persons exercise better self-control and anger management as the RGPF records an increase in other offenses.
In terms of crime and security, we can now boast an 82% contraction in homicides, recording only 3 cases for the year thus far, as compared to 17 for the whole of 2020. We cautiously compliment the public, cognizant of the fact that we are seeing increases in other harm offenses.
The top cop applauds the efforts of his colleagues during the time of their adversity, having been rocked by several COVID-19 infections and the loss of 2 of their members. As the country goes into a period of more easement from midnight Friday, November 5th, the Commissioner of Police is urging Grenadians not to become complacent.
To take the opportunity here to recognize and compliment the ranks and file of the RGPF for their effort during this period. During this period of adversity, our officers were resolute and demonstrated resilience, courage, and tenacity in the execution of their duty. We are not out of the woods, and we are still in a formidable fight against a devious and deadly virus. let us not become complacent in this effort.
He was at the time speaking to police officers at a special awards ceremony on Fort George on Thursday. Christelina John, GBN News.
This is GBN News at 7. Still to come, Flow celebrates young scholars' achievement, and Krista Campbell shares the story behind Grenada's entertainment artist Vaughn in tonight's Entertainment Beat. Stay with us. More news is next.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
A disaster or emergency may disrupt food and water supply, so have at least a 3-day supply of food on hand. Store foods that have long storage life, need little or no cooking or refrigeration. Store canned or ready-to-eat foods, 100% canned fruit juices, nuts, crackers, dried herbs, and spices. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council in collaboration with the Ministry of Health with support from the Pan American Health Organization.
Introducing YouTube and TikTok to the Digicel Prime Bundle. Now get 1 GB daily to enjoy more YouTube. Plus 1 GB daily to like more TikTok videos. It's simply more entertainment bundled together. Get a 7-day bundle for $35 in My Digicel. More apps, more data, more fun. Digicel, better together.
Effective Monday, November 1st, the St. George's branch of CGI, Consumers Guarantee Insurance Company Limited, will be moving to its new location at Steele's Commercial Complex, Grandance, St. George's. Our telephone and fax numbers will remain the same: 440-0217 and 440-6447. We apologize for any inconvenience caused by this relocation, and we look forward to serving you. Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers: Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our 2 convenient locations: Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
Welcome back. 39 young scholars from the Flow Scholarship Program were awarded for their outstanding performances for the 2020-2021 academic year in a recently held virtual ceremony. Flow has been hosting its Scholarship Awards program for the past 30 years, announced that despite the current challenging times, the company is investing over $100,000 this year to continue supporting young Grenadian scholars. Speaking about this year's theme of triumphing over present challenges, daring to make today's dreams tomorrow's reality, country manager at Flow Grenada, James Pitt, challenged the awardees to, and I quote, capitalize on this golden opportunity to relentlessly pursue your dreams until they become reality. Unquote. 9 new secondary school students along with 2 tertiary level students were also awarded scholarships during the ceremony, supported by the Ministry of Education in the selection process. The successful candidates were awarded a 5-year scholarship which covers books, uniforms and transportation, along with examination fees to complete their studies. A 2-year scholarship for tuition, books and examination fees is also granted to the top 2 graduates of the program. And now for this week's entertainment beat, GBN's Krista Campbell shares with you the story behind Grenada's entertainment artist, one half of the reigning groovy monarch, Vaughn.
Born in the westernmost beautiful and humbled village of St. Mark's, Grenada, to a family of 7 and as the youngest sibling, he is one of Grenada's youngest and most energetic and charismatic soca artists. Born Javon John, he is now affectionately known in the music industry as Vaughn.
I'm connected to Grenada in every way possible. It's the place that I was born. It's where I want to spend the rest of my life, where I want to be in the future, where I want to start my family and everything.
Vaughn decided to endeavor into the soca music industry and made his first attempt by participating in the St. Mark's Soca Monarch competition in 2007 as a duo with his close friend Kadeem Phillip, and were crowned the kings of soca in their village with the first hit single entitled We Mad, produced by Young Stars Studios 1.
I wanted to make them as happy as they make me. So my way of doing that is expressing myself through music and through my art. And this here is where I'm from, and this is actually where I started recording. Let me show you. Let me take a sneak peek. So this downstairs right there is where I used to record my first ever songs. You don't even want to hear them. I don't want to hear them too. But yeah, this is where it all started, and this is how, you know, Grenada and its people and its love influenced me and my music, right?
A long time in the scene, a long time, and I just wanna say hi to everybody when we met on every flight, bus, train, lift, and Uber rides, and everyone who play a part in our journey and a part in our rise. I wanna say.
Vaughn is currently one of the most promising music writers and entertainers from Grenada, the spice of the Caribbean, and is now writing songs for other entertainers in the soca industry in the Caribbean and doing collaborations with various artists of various genres.
Just Vaughn. No Captain John. Let me tell you what I'm going. It's the Grenadian bad boy. Brave, brave, brave. Brave, brave, brave. Boys, them go little us we small, but we put it in proper. any session and we only suffer from insomnia.
His long-term goal in the entertainment industry is to become one of the greatest entertainers across various genres to have ever graced the stage and to keep exceeding his family, fans, and supporters' expectations. For this week's Entertainment Beat, I am Krista Campbell reporting.
And now it's time for us to take a peek through the GBN Eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Our Eyesore reporter's lens captured ecstatic young people enjoying a game of cricket.
Run, Kojo, run!
Our citizen journalist said, quote, I saw this group of young people playing cricket in the road. The road is actually called Lakeisha Avenue, close to Mali St. Patrick. The group is mixed with primary and secondary school students as well as young adults. They frequently play competitive 3 overs, a-side cricket matches and seem to have fun doing it. When they bat a ball, it almost always involves a hunt to find it, but they are all involved in the effort. When I asked their permission to send it to GBN Eyesore, they were ecstatic and suggested I take a group picture. It's great to see young people having good outdoor fun playing cricket, unquote. We thank our citizen journalists for this exhilarating submission. Continue to send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
That Eyesore brought up some good memories. Stay with us. The weather report and forecast is up next, followed by sports and our probe around the globe.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Hills and Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sanatogen powder. Hills Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Claracil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
All right, let's take a look at what tonight's weather report and forecast is expected to be. The minimum temperature will be 24 degrees Celsius. Weather will be partly cloudy with light to moderate isolated showers. Winds will be east-northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Tides will be low at 9:49 p.m. and high at 4 a.m. On Saturday, sunrise will be at 2 minutes after 6 a.m. and sunset 5:41 p.m. The weather will be partly cloudy with light to moderate morning showers. Then on Sunday, sunrise will once again be 6:02 a.m. and sunset 5:41 p.m. The weather will once again be partly cloudy with light to moderate morning showers. Looking ahead to Monday, sunrise 6:02 a.m., sunset 5:41 p.m. The weather will be mostly fair with light to moderate morning showers. And that's a look at the weather report and forecast valid for tonight and the next 3 days. Stay here. Sports is next. Good evening, sporting fans. Let's kick off with some exciting news in football. Grenada started its qualifying campaign for the 2022 CONCACAF Men's Under-20 Championship against St. Martin with a win on Friday. The young Spice Boys wasted no time in finding the back of the net with the first goal coming in the 13th minute from Shawneel Belfon. And they went into halftime with a 4-0 lead. At full-time, the team claimed the victory with a 7-0 scoreline. The goals were scored with a hat-trick from Dean Roy Phillip in the 42nd, a brace from Dean Roy Phillip in the 42nd and 90+4 minutes. Another brace came from Devontae Joseph in the 45th plus 4th minute, and goals also came from Kimron Bowen, Sherman Williams, and Benjamin Etienne. Head coach of the National Under-20 team, Michael Finley, says this is a good start for the youngsters.
But you're always pleased when you have a victory, and so a victory today does a lot for their mentality. It confirms a number of things for them from a confidence point of view, and it gave us again another opportunity to get more minutes under our legs, start to look at some of the things that we've been working on as it relates to the game model. So all in all, yes, pleased, and also very pleased that we came out with no real serious injuries that we would need to be concerned about.
Today we was good. We executed everything that the coach wanted, and we have a few things we have to work on, and we could execute that again in training and work on it.
In their next game, the Spice Boys will face Dominica on Sunday, followed by the British Virgin Islands next Tuesday, and conclude next week Saturday against Curacao. Moving to cricket, New Zealand produced a clinical all-performance to thrash Namibia by 52 runs in their Group 2 Super 12 match and consolidated their spot in the semi-final race of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium on Friday. With this win, New Zealand climbed to the second spot in the Group 2 points table of the mega event. Let's take a look back at the sensational win.
It's a pretty good start. Tip and run? No. Coach De Bruyn was most frustrated that he's now key here actually as a bowler. I don't know what you feel about it, Danny. Highlighted a few times now. You hold your length, change of angle, comes round the wicket. Oh, that's dropped. I mean, it's saved a 4, to be honest. That would have been one of the catches of the tournament. Mid-off in play, Mid-off takes the catch, and it's a big wicket. Visa, the man in form, gets Guptill.
Can't convert. First one down at 30 for New Zealand.
What a beautiful shot, straight down the ground. Excellent by Smith. And it brings up the 50 now. Got it a bit straighter this time, and with a little bit more power, so he will get the boundary.
And finally, still in cricket, Dwayne Bravo has confirmed that he will retire from international cricket after the conclusion of West Indies T20 World Cup campaign. The 38-year-old Trinidad and Tobago native came out of retirement in 2019 to aid West Indies' defense of the T20 title they won 5 years ago. The all-rounder, who has appeared at all 7 T20 World Cups and helped West Indies to lift the trophy in 2012 and 2016, has 90. Tonight's One Caribbean hookup begins in St. Lucia, where police investigators responded to a call of a suspected homicide at a home in Salterbus. Upon arrival, investigators found a 56-year-old female unresponsive with apparent injuries to her face. A major probe has been launched into the incident. Here's this report.
Family members are seeking justice in the death of their loved one, whose body was found unresponsive by emergency personnel. 59-year-old Mary Julita Charles was discovered in a house with bruises to her face late Tuesday evening. Her niece, Tanisha Charles, says she found it very peculiar after she did not receive a usual phone call from her aunt on that day. As a result, family members, including Charles' son, went in search for her. However, when relatives arrived at the house, they noticed that the entrance door was locked, but a window had been opened. Residents say Charles's body was partially nude at the time of her discovery.
Justice for the girl, because she did not deserve it. She has not done anything to anybody, and this is her privacy. This is her home. You entered her home. Okay? You have no right to do that. I don't care whether my son, whoever it is, you entered the person's place.
The 59-year-old, according to relatives, was a very helpful and kind-hearted individual. One male is currently assisting police with their probe into the woman's death. The incident, according to residents, occurred shortly before 11 p.m. Cecil Actil, NBC Prime.
Over in Antigua and Barbuda, a major initiative is being spearheaded by the country to seek legal redress for damage resulting from climate change. Prime Minister Gaston Brown, who is the chairman of the Alliance of Small Island States, is on the co-chair of the Commission of Small Island States on Climate Change and International Law. Here's the latest in this report.
Antigua and Barbuda signed the accord with Tuvalu for the establishment of the commission on Sunday. It has since become operational.
The commission is open to all small island states globally, and even though there are 2 members that started it yesterday, we expect practically all members of AOSIS, all small island states globally, to become members of this commission.
Prime Minister Brown and the Prime Minister of Tuvalu are the commission's co-chairs.
It acts as an avenue for us to move forward our claims and also our interest in the destruction of climate change to our island countries.
Prime Minister Brown, who's representing the country at the 26th United Nations Conference of the Parties, or COP26, says the Commission will be especially important in light of the commitments pledged by countries attending the climate conference.
When you look at the commitments that were made, we believe that we're unlikely to attain the 1.5 degrees Celsius, and as a consequence, we can expect more loss, more damages within the Caribbean region, Pacific, as well as Indian Ocean.
International lawyer Professor Payam Akavan will chair the legal team advising the Commission. Akavan says a legal framework will be created to steer international law into a direction that better addresses the ongoing climate crisis.
We hope through various mechanisms, including potentially requesting an advisory opinion from the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea, given the central role of the oceans in global warming as the biggest sink, and also the ocean space being of fundamental importance to island states.
Rakib Aparis reporting for ABS News.
And internationally, South Africa's governing African National Congress took 46% of the vote in municipal elections. The final count showed it was the party's worst election outcome since taking power at the end of apartheid in 1994.
South Africa's governing African National Congress has suffered its worst election results since taking power at the end of white minority rule 27 years ago. A final count on Thursday showed the ANC on 46% of the vote in municipal elections. That's seen as punishment from an electorate wearied by repeated corruption scandals and poor basic services. Local elections are seen as an opportunity for the populace to lodge protest votes. But the ANC has been steadily losing support. Winning less than 50% for the first time raises the prospect, albeit still remote, that the legacy party of Nelson Mandela could, in the not-too-distant future, be forced into opposition or a coalition with smaller parties. However, Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula pointed out that the ANC was still the victorious party. And despite the ANC's falling popularity, rival parties have not yet been able to capitalise. Main rival, the Democratic Alliance, is still regarded as a party for South Africa's economically privileged white minority. It took 22% of the vote from Monday's poll. But DA leader John Steenhuisen said the political landscape is changing. The economic freedom fighters scored 10%. The fledgling Marxist party is prone to radical and sometimes violent rhetoric that does not appeal to a broad range of voters. EFF leader Julius Malema said the ANC falling below 50% made him the happiest man.
And that's it for regional and international news. A recap of the headlines is next. And now let's look back at tonight's top stories. Inga O'Neill, daughter of Grenadian parents, wins key judicial appointment in the United States. Political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Deacon Mitchell, sets eyes on 18 to 24 age group to tackle Grenada's unemployment crisis. Trade union leader tells government to recognize healthcare workers with permanent employment status. Jaden Stanislaus begins 4-day session at the International Brain Bee World Championships. In around the globe, 56-year-old found dead with bruises on his body at his home in St. Lucia. Internationally, South Africa's ANC suffers the worst election result ever. And in sports, Grenada kicks off with a win in the 2022 CONCACAF Men's Under-20 on Friday, defeating St. Martin 7-0. And that's the end of the GBN Nightly News for today, Friday, November 5th, 2021. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. On behalf of the entire GBN News team, I am Blossom Alexis Welsh, wishing you a safe and enjoyable weekend.